Hey everybody, it's Singing the Truth. I just finished doing a video and uploaded it, and YouTube says no, too long. You're not allowed. So it was 15 minutes long, and I see people doing 29-minute videos, so I don't know how they do it, but anyway, so I'm going to give you a really quick, really quick update. Okay, so I am doing my 22-week / 5 months post-op VSG update. My 22-week surgiversary was this last Wednesday. My 5-month surgiversary was Tuesday. Today is Sunday. So let me just get to the numbers. My highest weight ever recorded was 293 pounds. That was in March of this year when I started my extended pre-op diet. My weight on the day of surgery was 265 pounds even, and my weight on Tuesday and Wednesday, it was both the same, was 183.6 pounds. That was 109, sorry, I'm looking at my notes, 9.4 pounds lost since my pre-op diet and 81.4 pounds since the day of surgery. As of today, I am 182 pounds even. I just hit 111 pounds lost. That's a whole person. A very thin person, but it's a whole person. I am doing really well. I'm working out 5 days a week. When I started my whole journey in March, I was in a size 4X shirt that I had to stretch out a lot. I probably could have been in a 5X. And I was wearing a size 26, 28 pants. I'm 5 foot 5 inches tall, just for you, those of you who don't know, and 35 years old. And I've had 4 kids. My last 2 were twins. So, and right now I am wearing a size 12 pants and a size large shirt. And I even this week squeezed my butt into a size 10 jeans. I did not know they were size 10. I thought that they were size, sorry about that. I thought that they were size 12. And so I just pulled them on and went, oh, these are very snug. I'm not going to be able to wear them until I lose a few more pounds. And then took them off and realized they were size 10. A couple of NSVs this week. One, I went to the grocery store and I was shopping with my kids, and I realized that I felt like any other normal, slightly overweight mom shopping at the grocery store with her kids. I didn't feel like I stood out in a crowd. I didn't feel like I was the biggest person in the room. I didn't feel like people were staring at me or looking at me because I was huge or ugly or whatever. I felt completely normal walking around in a grocery store, smiling at people like I always do, like I did before anyway. And that was a really awesome feeling. And I realized I don't think I've ever felt that in my life. I have never felt like a normal person just kind of going along with the crowd. I have always felt like I was out of place. So that was a really big thing for me to feel, and it's a great feeling. And I know part of that is not just weight. Part of that is the mental kind of process, because I weighed 182 pounds before in my life, and I felt like the biggest person in the room and out of place and ugly because of my weight. So that's part of, I think a huge part of my journey has been to love myself where I am and love myself where I was, and love myself where I'm going. So as of today, I'm 32 pounds to goal. My goal weight is 150 pounds, and I don't know when I'll get there. My goal right now is to get to 180 pounds by November 16th. And that will put me in an overweight category instead of being in the obese category. So I'm a couple pounds away from there. My other video, I talked about all kinds of stuff, but I can't make this too long. So one of them, what I wanted to tell you about was what I use for tracking my nutrition and my calories and my protein and everything. I know a lot of people use MyFitnessPal, and I know they love it, but I just want to share with you what I use just in case you're looking for something different. I use sparkpeople.com, and one of the things I love is they have a Spark recipes calculator. So you can put in the whole measurements of everything you make in a recipe, and then you just say what the number of servings is, and it will tell you how many calories per serving and grams of protein and carbs and salt content and everything. And then you can just add it to your daily log from there. And I have, my Spark recipes, my recipe box. So I can choose if I make the same recipe again, I can choose from that recipe box, or I can edit it if I change something in the recipe, omit something, add something new, change the size of whatever I added. And I can also save those recipes and share them with other people in the community on Spark People. So I really like the site. I really love it. I like their app. They don't have the recipe calculator in the app, so you have to use it from a computer. But I track everything there, and I really love that. So, and then one of the other things I wanted to share was my measurements. So I did not do my measurements before surgery. I started my measurements the week after surgery. So this is 21 weeks, how my measurements have changed in 21 weeks. I am down 12 inches in my hips. I am down 13 inches in my waist, 9.5 inches in my bust, and 2.5 inches in my neck. Those are the only things that I track. So, yeah. So I mean, I feel amazing. Obviously, who wouldn't feel amazing after losing 111 pounds? I am not really suffering from a lot of hair loss. My excess skin is excessive. I know part of that is because I've had 4 kids, my last 2 being twins. My stomach was very large, I mean, now there's a lot of skin hanging. I use Spanx. I get through it. Um, I don't know how I made my other video 15 minutes long. Like 7 minutes, and I've shared everything. Um, I was sharing a lot of kind of my personal experience with, how I feel and how good it feels to be out in public now, and how I didn't really like myself before. Um, and that's a daily struggle for me, is liking what I see in the mirror, because I still have days where I don't. Or I look in the mirror and I see someone who maybe is 220 pounds or 230 pounds, and I don't see a 180-pound woman, which for me is kind of normal. I mean, I think lots of people are 180 pounds, or they're slightly overweight, or, you know, and that's a big deal. I still see the fat girl in the mirror, I guess. Um, and coming to terms with that, while at the same time loving the girl I used to be, and knowing that her beauty was still shining through. And I'm really grateful to friends and family who remind me of that I wasn't ugly, that I wasn't as big as I thought I was. And that they loved me just as much then as they do now. And even if I gained all my weight back, they would still love me. And that's a big deal. That's real love. And I know that, people are really excited for me because I'm healthier and because I'm happier. And knowing that it makes me feel really good that I have people in my life who love me that much. Stephanie, specifically Stephanie, because she's the one who always reminds me. And yeah, that's about it. That was my quick update that for some reason took me over 15 minutes earlier to do, but now I did it in 8.5 minutes. So I hope you are all doing wonderfully, that you are happy and healthy, and that you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will see you in a couple weeks for my 24-week update. Okay, bye.